you real quick.
Yeah.
Recording this album with Rucho was beyond the dream. You know, this guy is so good at what he's basically the Bob Rock of mobile technology, all right? Like fucking, this guy shows up and he's in there in the trenches, fucking calling shots, breaking fucking, you know, just everything about this guy is too good to be true. I can't believe he wants to work with us. It's been like 8 years since I've known this guy, and he's really good at his job, and we're just a bunch of small fries. And, you know, here he is fucking helping us out. I mean, I'm very grateful to have a Peter Rucho in my life.
It was probably the smoothest recording process I've ever had. It was really easy, really fast. Rucho makes it as easy as possible.
It was a little stressful, as, you know, it can be at times, but it went pretty well, you know?
I had the easiest job, so I really only had to track a handful of songs, so I got down there and kind of busted those things out in an afternoon for the most part. Leaks took a little while longer, but it was very, I thought it was a very smooth process.
I really like working with Rucho. That's why we've stuck with him for this many years in recordings. And we recorded in his space, and we also recorded here in our jam space.
There's nobody I'd rather work with. He definitely, for a drummer, he makes it the most smooth process ever. I mean, he comes to you, you don't have to break anything down and set it back up, and then be uncomfortable. You're just already there, set up. He just mics it up.
Rucho knows what he's doing. I don't. That's why he's there.
Oh.
No way, bring out the strings. Nice. Get your pinky for you. Yeah. That's awful. What the fuck is that?
It's really weird, man. You filming that thing, I'm not gonna lie.
You're gonna forget that it's here eventually.
You know, I really liked that we took some chances with, you know, instrumentals and things where try to take the music in a different place than it's probably been before, and, you know, really allow it to kind of breathe and do its thing. So for me, that was like the ultimate expression.
I really like the solo that's on Vigilant Ignorance. That was one that I had been kind of messing around with for like a week, and got into the studio and started to record it, and looks at me and goes, "Everything you're doing sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard." And I was like, all right, you know, and not in a, I don't mean that in a non-constructive way. I mean, it's just, I would rather somebody tell me exactly the truth. And it kicked me out of a comfort zone and made me really think outside the box on, and I felt like that was a moment that I was able to really learn something about my creative process in general. And, you know, I'm still kind of new to the recording process and working with engineers and things like that, so I really appreciated the ability to have somebody else kind of just go, "This sounds like shit, man, you gotta do a better job." Overall, I think that was, it's gonna have an impact in my guitar play going forward.
When I set out to start writing for it, I wanted to kind of try to take things a little bit differently, you know? I really wanted to focus more on on the sonic experience and have more textures and layers in the music. You know, I feel like it's got more hook in it probably than Contaminating. It's got a lot of groove, so it's, you know, it's kind of, and I feel like that's where we're evolving as a band too. So, you know, we try to kind of balance things out a little bit.
I like it because it's more like beers and bong heads, and it's not like Oodles and Noodles was like fucking contaminating, you know, like it's just like all like Contaminating was like, it was kind of like really heady like sativa, and this was more like a hybrid of fucking like, you know, let's just have a good time and headbang, you know, and that was definitely a big part of our songwriting, like inspiration. I mean, like particularly with the riffs, it was like, dude, headbanging comes first, you know, like fucking making sure that everybody's fucking moving. You know, you're connecting with the audience that way, instead of just making them scratch their head and, you know, put in a fucking equation, their little Texas Instrument calculator there, you know? It's no bueno.
And it's a departure from Contaminating for sure, you know? So, but you can't just keep making the same record over and over again. I mean, think anyone who plays in a band understands that. It just loses all its luster if you're just rehashing. So, you know, I'm looking forward to where we're gonna go and how we're gonna get there. Yeah, it's 4. I'll come back in. You wanna punch me in?
Yep. 4. Here we go.
Sorry. The bass drums change up. It's a little weird.
Can you back it up? Like, give me a little more time to prepare. Delete
I'm
that.
saving that. It's gonna be at the beginning of the song. It's gonna be at the beginning of every song. Yeah, that was a lot better, I think.
Well, this is our 4th time recording. It's easier each time. I get in the zone faster. So the process was pretty much the same. I just felt a little bit stronger, more comfortable recording.
We do a lot of tracking mobily, you know. Richard does a lot of traveling when it comes to that, so it's just a little easier to work that way.
Yeah, Rucho's setup is totally mobile for the most part, which was extremely convenient. Yeah, I pretty much woke up, waited for everybody to get to my house. Everybody got to my house and did everything else for me. They handed me a cable and I plugged it in. It was incredibly smooth.
I actually tracked it at my house in Uxbridge, Massachusetts, which is cool because, you know, obviously I just rolled out of bed and, you know, and Rucha was there. I had a little bit of yoga to start every session, Greek yoga.
I did too.
Routine.
I literally did too. That's
It's good
awesome.
for you. It's a real game changer. I recommend the Greek yoga. It's definitely improved my life.
Lots of
The
protein.
culture of my belly has improved.
I use this Thomas Star Classic. It's my baby. I've had it forever.
So record guitars on this one. I have an ESP M1 with an EMG 81 in the bridge. And we pretty much just ran that into an Axe Effects at first to get just the dry guitar signal, and then reamped through, live I play at 5150. So I assume that's what he used.
What gear do I actually use? I use I have an angle head, so I did. I don't remember what my guitar is. That's the other problem is. So I play through a Powerball, angle Powerball. I have a Vader 412 and an Avatar 412 with Celestians and Eminence speakers in them. My guitar is an ESP. I think it's an M300. I'm not quite sure of the model number. I've had it forever, but I'm not really a super gear nerd.
He gave me his Music Man bass to play, which is awesome because it was like super responsive. I've been beating the hell out of my LTD for like years, and it was kind of weird. Like that Music Man was so easy to play. Like I actually had to like do riffs over because I played it too hard. Like I was just like I played that LTD like I got a fucking tuna at the end of it. You know, I'm always like fighting the fucking thing, and this one was more like fucking trout in the river. So it was good. You know, like I was pretty happy about that.
See, now we're talking.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, summon your metal.
Yeah.
You know what I
totally.
mean? Now we're going into Floyd territory there.
That one sounds a lot better.
Thank God.
Mechanisms of Omniscience and Consuming Infinity, Vigilant Ignorance, I would say. Those are my favorite songs. But I do like all of them. They each have something unique going on.
That's hard to say, man. I think it's a great record from start to finish. I really like the flow of it. I think Cymatic Hallucinations, that song's an absolute pain in the ass to play. It's really hard to play, but I think it came out awesome on the album. What the hell's that one called?
Consuming Infinity.
Calculating Infinity.
Consuming.
Dillinger Escape Plan was a great song. It was cool. Like all that stuff was, there's a lot of stuff. I like Irreversible a lot. I like Swarm. Is it the Swarm? Swarm. And Museum of Omniscience is a good song. Again, worth naming an album after.
Anger, frustration, depression. Obviously, this is not, easy listening. This is a volatile style of music, so for me, it could be, it's anything from my surroundings to past experiences to feelings that I have, or, way down inside, the ones you try to hide away from everybody. That's where I find the most inspiration.
I love metal, and I love listening to metal, and it has just been a part of my life for so long that making it kind of comes naturally. So, I'm always inspired by what other bands are doing, and I try to listen to as much. I listen to a lot of different music, but I kind of only play the same type of stuff, and I try to look at the way that people arrange their songs and how they write music, how they think about writing music, and that kind of creative process. But there's nothing like hearing a good riff, like listening to another band and they just like, damn, that's a cool riff. I think I need to make a riff like that. And then you make a riff like that, you turn it, you make it your own.
There's not like as much fucking, like brainy riffs and shit like that. It's just more like straight from the heart. I'm quite fond of that style of playing because I think that just speaks to the listener a little bit better. It's also a lot more fun to play because I get to headbang more, which is one of my big inspirations for like writing music. I just want to fucking release that energy on stage and share that fucking with all the people around me. You know what I'm saying?
As far as writing, it's a very organic kind of process. It can start from lyrics, it can start from a riff, it can start from a beat, who knows?
Jay and I write lyrics together. We write sometimes together on the same songs. We did that with Swarm, and I think those are some of my favorite songs when we write together.
They end up being unique on their own. Schismatic and Swarm.
Yeah, and then other times Jay will write out whole songs and I'll write out whole songs and bring them together. I really like Jay's lyric writing. His style is very different from mine. I'm more of like a free writer, and Jay writes very much in a format, like with the beat in mind. Since he's a drummer, he's definitely keeping that in mind. So yeah, his style is very different. He does a lot more rhyming than I do, but I really do admire his writing, and I like the lyrics that he comes up with, and mine are a little more organic, but I like them in a different way. So I think together, both of us writing lyrics makes for more unique songs. Actually, a lot of my lyrics usually are personal, but I try to keep it general so that people can read into them what they want. But I definitely went through an interesting couple years that was really difficult. So all the darkness definitely went into some of my lyrics. When I was going through some hard times, I just was writing down words and phrases that were just coming into my head and like not even looking at them until months later. And I was like, oh, holy shit, like this could be like a song, and like
Writing shit down
expanding
and
off of those. But when I was in the moment, I was just like expressing those feelings, and I had a lot of feelings going on.
When you're gonna jump out there and start busting some heads.
Good question.
I would say like Vigilant Ignorance is really, I love that song for that reason. It's like really, it's a good mosh pitting song.
There's a lot going on in that song lyrically.
And there is, yeah. Good rhythms.
I don't know if that's the one you want to jump off on stage on.
I'll find a way.
The make-believe wants something goal.
There you go. That was it. What?
It's a mouthful. I don't know. I hope
Yeah, I
that's
know.
okay.
Dude, every time I record you, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude. How the hell?
I like the way I was doing it better, but I'm just